Clubs Association means that all the 16 teams that are in GHALCA are part of that association as we speak right now. So, Kurt, thank you very much for joining us on the show today. Let's get straight into the talking points. GHALCA, is it serving the intended purpose it is supposed to serve as a pressure group on the PLB and the FA? Up until now, it was quite recently that we heard that the league is supposed to start on the 21st of September. Was that not too late?
Well, I think that it depends on how you want to look at the League Clubs Association. Over time, I must admit that its effects on the football establishment has been diluted a bit with the new status of the Football Association. In the time past, the GHALCA used to determine who becomes the FA Vice President. The FA Vice President at that time was a direct representative from the League Clubs Association. Therefore, GHALCA wielded a lot of power. Now, it has lost that power, and it's more of a welfare body looking at the interests of member clubs, i.e. when clubs are in need, etc., etc. But it also depends on who is in the lead of affairs at the League Clubs Association. I guess the current leadership are more interested in dialoguing with the FA other than applying direct pressure that we are all used to. But all in all, I think that there's more that has to be done. The League Clubs Association can achieve more. In terms of making their position clear on footballing issues, I think that they have to be a lot stronger than they are at the moment. And once they come up with strong opinions, I guess the industry would change for the better.
During your time as administrative manager of GHALCA, we saw the GHALCA top four quite flourish. This time around, it is not there. Last season, it did not happen. I spoke to Alhaji Raji, who confirmed that it is in the process of happening. When you look at the dates from now to the time the league will start, isn't that worrying that the top four, which is supposed to usher the teams into the Premier League proper and for other African Cup competitions, is not happening?
Well, I think that it's pity. It's also a fact that since we left the League Clubs Association, there's been lots of challenges. It's also a fact that they've not been able to organize both the President's Cup and the top four competition. But in coming to the studio, I've heard on one of the radio stations that the top four will be back this year. We hope that it's back. We hope that it will come back and be stronger than it used to be even during our tenure of office. But the crux of the matter is that the League Clubs Association has to be stronger than it is in terms of leadership, in terms of the management of its products, in terms of playing an important role in the forward march of the football industry. Because without the League Clubs, without a vibrant League Clubs Association, the industry will be very, very stale.
Wow. This weekend we see the 4th edition of the MTN FA Cup Awards Night, which is supposed to honor players who excelled in the 2013-2014 FA Cup Awards. Tell us about it.
Well, I think that we've all toiled over the last 10 months. It's been hard work. It's time to have some fun. It's time to recognize the achievements of individual players and officers who have excelled during the MTN FA Cup season. And I guess Saturday presents that unique platform. MTN sponsoring the event, and we all have to converge at the banquet hall on Saturday, 6:30 p.m. to celebrate our heroes who have done so well. I guess that the most interesting bit we have introduced this year is that we're going to honor or discover the most promising referees. These are young referees who have excelled during the year, but who have hitherto not been recognized at all during our 4 or 3 awards ceremonies that we've held over the time past. Refereeing is a key component of football in the country and in the world at large. And therefore, once we are able to encourage referees who are, in quote, correct, and who have done their bit, even though they are pretty young in the industry, I guess that it will be a big motivation to other upcoming referees to excel. Referees are determining games, whether the game ends well or not. It depends on the work rate.
One last question before we wrap up the program. The award that will be very difficult to choose is who is the coach of the year, because you have Dramani in there who won the league, you have Herbert Ado who did quite well with Interlies, getting them into the final.
Well, I think that's been the talking point. Everybody is very much interested in who would win. I think that it's no doubt. There's no doubt that the two key front runners are Herbert Ado and Didi Draman, and people have divergent opinions on who must be the coach of the year. But hey, the platform presents itself on Saturday, and I'm sure that when we come out with the winner, the talking will not end there.
Definitely will end there. Kurt, thank you very much for joining us in the studio. So I was speaking to Mr. Kurt Okweku, who is a member of the MTN FA Cup committee and also former administrative manager of GHALCA, and that is how we wrap up today's program of Inside Sports. I am Nana Kodrafe. Thank you for watching.